Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day. This is Roger, Radioactive KE4BFG, and I want to make an overview of the YAESU FTDX 101MP. That's a mouthful. I just say 101MP. But you know what I mean. The first thing I want to say, I've had this radio over 3 years. December the 2nd, I had it 3 years. So, no more bye-bye warranty, which that's a great thing, having 3 years of warranty. It's a pity Kenwood and Kenwood and Icon won't do that. Only YAESU does that. They need to get with the program. I'm going to say this, disclaimer. I'm not hating on the Kenwood. I don't hate on Icon. I like them all. But for the money, the 101MP ain't perfect, but it's the greatest thing out there since sliced bread, in my opinion. It is the greatest thing out there, and it'll do everything but cook for you. And it's a serious DX machine. And if you're into really weak signals, real weak DX, and you got a lot of QRM and a QRN, the 101MP will help you out. And I want to say the first thing, this thing is built like a Sherman tank. It's a lot bigger and a lot heavier than the 7610s. And the knob on the 101 is solid. The 7610 is flip-floppy. I can't do it because these are solid. But like I said, I'm not hating on ICOM, and I don't hate on Kenwood. I've had over a half a dozen HF radios since I've been a ham, since 1993. Well, I got my Tech Plus in February of 94. Let's just say 94, because it's on 2 meters, and 93. And I don't care to talk local, but my deal is HF. I love working DX and, right tuning. I'm not a big net person, but I really love to work weak signals and DX. And this is a serious DX machine. And you can go back and watch my videos on this radio and the 7610. This radio with 101MP will put the 7610 in the dirt. And I'm not hating on Icon. The facts is the facts. If you don't believe it, go back and watch my videos on the comparison. 7610 Icon versus 101MP. And some people say, well, how about the 101D? I don't have a 101D. I wanted a 200 watt radio with an external power supply and speaker, a 50 volt power supply. It ain't in the radio, so we don't have to worry about the radio overheating. Which I've had this radio for over 3 years, and the fan on the power supply, I've yet to hear it. I don't know if it comes on or not. If it does, it's real quiet. It's a real quiet radio. But the radio is beefy, and it's solid. It's a heavy radio. And it's a big radio, and I like it because I'm half blind. I like a big radio. I don't want no, reason I got this little radio is PJ got one, and I had to get me one. That's the reason I bought one. My brother PJ got one. And I thought about carrying it around the loop when I walk, but I can talk to PJ on it like doing that, but that's about it. So that didn't work out too good. I had plans. I bought a big old whip to put on it to just carry it around the loop and, make contacts, which I can make contacts across the hill 1,100 feet to PJ. QRP, you see what you get. That's about it. But I started out back in the 80s with a 757 GX. And that about turned me against Yaesu. And then I went to 450S Kenwood. I loved that radio. I had the 1.8 sideband filter. And then I went to the TS2000. Kenwood, and I liked that radio. Used to be a big Kenwood man, but there's one thing that killed Kenwood was the 590S. It was a glorified noise box. Like I said, don't get mad, I'm not hating on Kenwood. I'm just saying the 590 was a glorified noise box. Because I couldn't hear half the people on there. That 7100 Icon would hear better. And that 590 was a $1,600 radio. And it wasn't a cheap radio. And you're looking at little over $3,000 for the 7610. And it ain't a bit better than the 7300. You just got the 7300 in a big box with dual receive. And, you for, $1,200-$1,500 more, you can buy a real radio. But if you're into DXing, now if you're just a right-here and you like checking in the Tennessee phone net, buy you a 7610. But if you want a serious receiver, I'll put it this way, I was on a worldwide contest Saturday night back last year, and they was people KC up 40/9, and I was listening to this weak signal S5 to S7, and I was working him, and there's the guy below us 40 to 50/9. They was some big amplifiers popping in the crack in that night. And this puppy pulled out the weak signals. And the 7610 didn't stand a chance. It couldn't do nothing against the QRM. So this is a mean, lean QRM machine. And like I said, I never owned a DX10 or 710. I couldn't tell you nothing about it. I know PJ likes his. And I'm glad he's happy, because I'm happy with the 101. My dream radio back a few years ago was that 9000 Yaesu. Would do 400 watts, so you'd never have to have an amplifier. I'm not a big amplifier man. When you start running power, you start having more RF issues. You start having other issues. I just like a high-powered radio. So that's why I bought a 200 watt. And that way I got an external 50 volt power supply. But the biggest things I don't like about this 101, like I said, the radios, none of them ain't perfect. They got disadvantages, they got pluses and negatives. But there's only a very few negatives I don't like. Number one is that I hate that menu system. I like ICOMs 10 times better, but it took me a week to get this radio set up the way I want it. Just fooling with it. Hour here, or hour there. It took me a good 4 or 5 days. I could have done it quicker, but I'm just, I don't need an hour here and an hour there. Done it in baby steps. And but that's the biggest thing I hate on this radio is that menu. I love ICOM's menu system a lot better. And it's been so long since I've had a Kenwood, I don't even know what their menu system is. And, another thing, another little pet peeve is like you go to FM, you're going to have to go into the menu, and you're going to have to turn the RF gain off and turn on the squelch. Which I don't run FM on this radio, so it's no biggie. You know, I don't run 10 FM or 6 meters. I don't even have 6 meters up no more. I washed my hands with 6 meters a long time ago. It's a dead band. They call it a magic band. I call it a dead band. It's what open every 10 or 15 or 20 years, and the rest of the time it's dead or dirt. But I just wanted to make an overview because I've had this radio over 3 years. And I really enjoyed this radio. And I got it set up to where it sounds good on receive. But you can see I don't have nothing turned on. The only thing I got turned on is like on the power. Okay, like if I want to, I generally run 150 watts. Now this I'm running the amp. And like I said, I'm not a big amplifier person. I like just running a radio. Because when you get RF in the shack, when you turn the amp on, you're going to have another headache to deal with. And I just don't care for them. I'll use them if I had to, but I gotta just run the radio. That's why I wanted that 400 watt Yaesu 9000. And this radio uses some of the same things the 9000 did, like the down conversion, the roof and filters. And this one don't have the 1.2 roofing filters. I wish that when I bought this in a way, I would have got the 1.2 roofing filter for the main band. And not the sub band, but the main band. Because, like I said, most of the time I run it like that. I like it like that. I'm not crazy about dual receive. I'm not good at multitasking. But I'll turn it back up here. But see, if I'm listening to 2 people at one time, it just drives me crazy. But I guess I could, let's see. Good old line noise. Don't you love it? But I just thought I'd make an overview on this radio. But I love this radio. It's the best radio I ever owned for the money. Like I said, you're looking at over $5,000 counting this mic here. It's M-1 Ripper's desk mic. So when I was buying this outfit, I wanted the top of the line radio and the top of the line desk mic. And, you know, Yaesu's come a long way since the 757 GX. But that was just a $699 radio. But it was a 1011D or 1011C Celtronics on steroids. You know, they're drifty. They're real bad drifty. I don't like a drifty radio, but like I said, this ain't a perfect radio, by no means. You know, it's got a lot of good stuff, and it's got a couple of bad things I don't like, but overall, it's the best radio out there on the market, which I've never played with Kenwood 890. They say they're hot, but I'm not going to, they cost more than the 101 MP does. And look at Rob Sherwood, the 101 MP still #1. And then the DX10, and then the 710, and then the Icon high dollar receiver. But another thing, I don't mean to keep on going. Another thing is people throwing up on this speaker. Let me see if I can find a good signal here. Hang on just a second. Let me go to my diapo.
What you need to do, I think, that old boy right there, I think he could probably pop one in there in just a minute. Well, yeah, yeah, my deal is we go to, the extent to mess with it and do it. And, I mean, I could replace that resistor. It's not surface mount stuff, so I could do that, but that doesn't mean it's not going to blow as soon as you turn it back on. That's right. Yeah, but at least you could have fun watching it happen.
I'll talk to Larry when I call him and tell him I'm coming down or whenever. I'm not sure when he wants me to bring this one down. He just say, I got to call him on the phone and find out.
Okay, all right, yeah, check with him and see if he can take Grady's at the same time that yours goes in.
Yeah, I will, no problem.
And find out if he needs the power supply. Grady's
Okay, how's the radio speaker?
Back to Starkville. Because I've had this one going on. It could be 4 years come next Dalton, which is just a month or so away, month and a half away or so. They wanted me to bring the power supply and the amp, so I took both pieces down there.
Yeah, I'll ask him about that.
But I like the outboard speaker, and I'm not going to replace. I don't have no trouble with hearing or nothing like that. I'm blind in one eye, I can't see good out the other. All jokes aside, I got poor vision, really. I have to wear glasses all the time to see anything. I even have to wear glasses to watch TV. Well, I'm going on about 18 minutes. I'm going to wrap this overview up. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Me flapping my gums, I'm good at it. 73s from Radioactive KE4BFG. I'm out of here.